like just start comping because like sometimes I would forget. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like not great with that. So like,
no, it's fine. I was just saying like there were a couple times where like I don't need to have it alone all the time.
Yeah.
So like, just feel free to fit in because I feel like it's nice sometimes to not go. Okay. Going up. Yeah. That's what I found in this lineup and this.
Definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, just do whatever, you know. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe, how is everybody doing so far? Everybody doing all right? It's a beautiful, beautiful Saturday evening at the Dirty Dogs, and allow us to officially welcome you all here to Miss Gretchen's Dirty Dog Grosse Pointe Farms in Metro Detroit's premier intimate and award-winning live entertainment venue. And again, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. There'll be a few acknowledgments we're going to share with the room real quick, and then we'll get to exactly why you're here. Birthday shout-out. Make some noise to Miss Maggie. Where are you? Happy birthday, darling. Thank you for spending your special day with us. You appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thank you, Maggie. Happy birthday to Wanda. Where's Wanda at? Happy birthday. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy birthday to Teresa. Is Teresa in the house? Over in the corner. Happy birthday, Teresa. And thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you. And happy birthday to Will. Where's Will at? Happy birthday to you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right. Don't want to leave anybody out. Anybody else in the house just kind of forgot they having a birthday today? No? A lot of couples in the house. Anybody celebrating an anniversary? Anybody in the house celebrating life? That's what we're talking about. All right, folks, we'll continue to sit back and enjoy a good libation, good food, good service, and more importantly, this amazing band. So I'm going to introduce them one at a time, if you'll be so kind in showing your love to them. Starting up the gentleman here on the vibes. Put your hands together. Mr. Peyton Miller is in the house. All right, Carl, you can calm down a little bit. Calm down a little bit. It's going to be all right. Marcus would take them there. How about Mr. Noah Jackson on the bass this evening? Noah. On piano, Mr. Cormac Avila is in the house tonight. On the drums, Sam Milconian is in the house tonight. Show your love for the kids. And of course, last but not least, the leader of the group on saxophone. Done a phenomenal job for us all week. About to give it to you. Show your love for my main man, Mr. Marcus Elliot is in the house.
Go ahead, give it up for Sam. All right, Dirty Dog, how we doing out there? Oh, come on now, we gotta do better. I'm all out of breath. You all gotta do better than that. Dirty Dog, how we doing out there? There we go. There we go. Thank you all so much for being here. Give it up for this amazing band, ladies and gentlemen, that I have with me. You are in for a very special treat. We've been here for the past 3 nights. We have sold out every single night. Really thankful for that, and thankful just to be here and to be able to play for you all. You all are catching the last set, so we're warmed up. We're ready to go. We're ready to make this one count. This is the last one, so yeah, super happy to be here. Just real quick, I'm just curious, who is this your first time? Raise your hand if this is your first time at the Dirty Dog. Okay, very good. Okay, raise your hand if this is your first time seeing this band. Okay, amazing, very good. So I want to let you all in on a little secret here, okay? Well, first let me ask you this. Do you all want to have a good night, or do you want to have an amazing night? I'm just curious. You'd like to have an amazing night? Okay. Well, I'm going to give you all a very simple formula, okay? I'm going to give you a very simple formula so that you can guarantee that you're going to have an amazing night, okay? So the way that this works is when we play something that moves you, that energizes you, that makes you feel good, you all let us know. You can go, woo, or you can clap, or you can get up and dance. It can be any way that you want to do it. And the best time to usually do that is like right after a solo. When somebody finishes a solo, that's usually the best time to give them that energy. So when you all do that, when you give us that energy, it makes us play at a higher level. Then we put that energy back to you, and then you feel better, and you give that energy back to us, and then we feel better, and we just elevate all the way to the end of the night. And by the end of the night, it's usually an amazing night. So is that what you all would like? Would you all do that with me tonight? Yeah. Very good. And I always ask this question, do you all trust me? Very good. I love it. Somebody was like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, dog. I just met you, man. That's all good. Hopefully I'll have your trust by the end of the night here. We're going to move right along. We're playing all original music tonight, so if you didn't like that first song, you may want to get up out of here because it's not getting any better than that. So we're going to continue on with some more original music. We're working some things out, some new music in the book, so that's what we're going to head into. This next one is called Hide and Seek. Hope you enjoy. good time out there? Very good, very good. It's feeling good. The energy's feeling good. Give it up for this band, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for this band one more time. I'm going to take this time to introduce the band, if that's okay. We're going to start here with the one and only on the bass, ladies and gentlemen. This is a dear, dear friend of mine, amazing bass player, as you can see, but even just a greater person. And we've been friends for over 20 years now. We've been making music together for a long time. He just released an album as well, ladies and gentlemen, called Full Circle. Make sure you go check that out. You can find that on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere you listen to music, you can find it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Noah Jackson on the bass. On the vibraphone, ladies and gentlemen, one of the hardest things about being a band leader and hiring people that are playing at such a high level is that they get offered other opportunities, and it's a bittersweet thing. I've known this young man since he was about 15 or so years old, so we've known each other for about 10 years. I used to teach down at the Detroit Symphony Orchestra Civic Jazz Ensembles for their youth program there, and he was one of the students there, and I got a chance to know him and got to know his musicianship and watched him growing up. So you're seeing him tonight on Vibes, but he just graduated from MSU with his composition degree, and he is also a fantastic, crazy, amazing concert pianist as well. He's going to be going to Poland, actually, to study at a very prestigious school out there. He's leaving in September for that experience. So we're going to miss him, but I'm super, super happy to know him and to watch him grow up into the young man that he is today. It's been really amazing. Put your hands together for Peyton Miller on the Vibes. On the piano, as I mentioned, it's one of the tricky things about being a band leader is, how you want to get people playing at a high level, but you know that they got other things. My usual piano player called me about a week or so before the gig and told me, man, I got this great opportunity to teach out at Stanford, at this Stanford Jazz Workshop. So he wasn't going to be able to be there, but he was like, I have this piano player that I know he's gonna blow your mind. He's a young person at also up at MSU, and just sounds amazing. He'll learn the music and he'll do the job right. And so I gave him a call. I literally just met him last week for the first time. We did one rehearsal. He had all the music down, and this is our first run of music playing together, and he's playing as if he's been playing it his entire life. Give it up for Cormac Avila on the piano. And on the drums, we don't have my usual drummer tonight, but we have a very, 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 very special guest with me tonight. This young man is just something else. He's playing the crap out of these drums. I met him when he was 9 years old. And I was doing this concert, and they had like a little workshop before the concert. And I just remember, not 9, you were 11 years old, right? 11 years old, not 9 years old, 11. So 2 years, we'll give him an extra 2 years. And he was just staring at the drum set like, whoa, like I remember him like really being into the music, And afterwards he was like, wow, really excited. And maybe about a year or two ago, I ran into him again. I heard him playing, and I was like, oh my goodness, who is this guy that's playing the drums like this at such a young age? And then he came up to me and he was like, hey, I saw you perform at that concert, and it blew my mind, and it made me really want to take the drums serious. And I was like, wow, it almost brought me to tears. You just never know who's listening. You know what I'm saying? I would have never thought that it would have had such an effect on someone like that, man. He just really, really took off with it. So he is not 11. He's not 9. He's not 11 anymore. He is the ripe old age of 17 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Sam Malconian on the drums. Cool. Very good. So we're going to slow things down a little bit. Who's in love out there tonight? We got some lovers out there. I know we got. That was a love. That was a trick question, honestly. We're gonna slow things down. I want to dedicate this next song. Actually, I have some family out here. Go ahead and raise your hands, y'all. Give it up. So these two lovely people over here, they just got married. Just recently married. My cousin Osi and Elena. Yeah, just, are you celebrating what? 1 year anniversary over here. Let's go. Who else? Let's get all that. Let's get everybody. Any other anniversaries up in here? I love it. We just celebrating love tonight. But, you know, I've known Osi all my life, I guess. And that's been my big cousin. Love him dearly, and so happy that he found someone to really, you know, treat him right and to love him as he deserves, and vice versa. She's such a wonderful person. It's great to get a chance to know you and to have you in the family. So welcome, and we're gonna dedicate this song to you two and everyone else here that's in love. This song is called "Body and Soul." Hope you enjoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. Did you have a good time tonight? Very good, very good. Once again, give it up for this amazing band. Give it up for Peyton Miller on the vibes. Cormac Avila on the piano. Noah Jackson on the bass. Give it up for our man Nick on the drums. Give it up for this amazing club, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe. Put your hands together for the waiters and the waitresses here, the chefs in the back cooking up all the delicious food. Get it from our man Carl, making them delicious drinks as well, serving you up right. Keeping us all feeling good and lubricated. Do you all mind if we play one more song for you? All right. We're going to play one more song for you. You all been an amazing audience. Thank you all so much. This has really been, it's really an honor and privilege to be able to do this, to make music and to do this with you all has been amazing. If you're interested in taking some music home, we do have some merch over here. I'll be in this little back area over here. I had some vinyl here, but we sold out. We sold it all out this weekend, so I do have some CDs left if anybody's interested in that. We'd love to send you home with some music. Once again, thank you all so much. You've been an amazing audience. God bless. Take care. Thank you. Peyton Miller on the vibes. Cormac Avila on the piano. Noah Jackson on the bass. Sam Malconian on the drums. My name is Marcus Elliott. Thank you all so much. We are Broken Seeds. This is Broken Seeds Volume 2. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope you had an amazing night. Please tell your friends, tell your enemies. This is the place to be. Thank you. Have a good night. Take care.
We'll be back at it next a couple days, right?
It makes you feel better. I made it my last day.
Seriously? Okay.
I picked Wendell Harrison, same thing. I played this band for a little bit, and then I was like, bro, I got stuck in this grad school. Alright, cool. And I played it close to this time, would have been like early August 2010, and then like I put out my apartment. My parents for a week or two, and then moved out on 2010.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So my cello, and it was a good cello. That was probably the one. I don't have any regrets in life.